Alright, hi friends. So, decided to go ahead and get out here in the forging shed. It's a snowy day here, like second week of March, and just thought I'd get out and make something that's been on my mind. Hopefully it'll all work out. Thought I'd bring you guys along, show you what I'm dealing with, and we'll see how things turn out. I'm hoping you can see this, but I cut this piece of steel to length. So I went 16-inch blade length, and a handle leaves me just a little bit of room for my hand with a glove. I might shorten it back a little bit. I want it to be comfortable, snug, but not too small and pinchy. So I'm hoping you can see this. So I want to do, I believe it's pronounced a kukri. So a little bit of a drop point in the front, like a curved belly, a curved end here. The belly comes up a little bit and then back. Just a little bit of curvature there. I'll cut a little bit there, leave a place for the fingers to stop. And then I think I'm going to do this little, if I can get a good, there, maybe we can see it. Little teardrop, little drop there for like a lanyard. The metal, I didn't measure it, it's probably close to 1/4 inch. I do want this to be a chopper, so I haven't really decided if once I shape a little bit that I'm actually going to put any heat in it and forge it, which to me is a little bit of cheating. But this is forged knife steel, and it's a clipper blade. It's already tempered, so I'm kind of the mindset, why mess with it, other than I can't put my maker's mark in it. So we'll see. Maybe I could do a little engraved maker's mark. Anyway, so we'll see what I come up with. So let me get things set up and I'll show you what I have going on here. We're going to do some angle grinder cutting before we get to doing any of the actual like belt sanding. Alright guys, I just thought I'd take a second and just show you this little placard I have. It's kind of an antique. I believe it's like a copy of an antique, but blacksmith knowledge. So there's a representation here of smithing tools, different things that go on the anvil, your grips, different anvil types, different knife blade types, which, like I said, I want to make the kukri. Just some little knowledge and some temperatures to reference with forging. So got this off of Amazon. I want to say 25-30 bucks, but just kind of a neat little thing to have here. Sorry about any glare. I do leave the plastic on just to preserve it. It is like a tin, but it's a replica, so it's not great, but I think it's really handy, and I just like having it to reference. All right, let's see how this goes. I actually think I want to put my glasses on so I can see my reading glasses. I believe I brought them out. Try and see my lines a little better. have my blade tight enough. Oh, you know what? Oh, now I got it tight. Oh. But now, let me get this unplugged. I put my lock nut upside down, so the blade wanted to spin, and don't want that. So we'll just go ahead and show you here. Alright, so just flipping over the locking nut here. I get a little spoiled. I get used to buying gloves and cold fingers. I get used to buying some of these with the pre-threaded like nut in them. And so I don't always use this locking nut. But we'll keep it real. Okay, let's try again. Oh. Power. Okay, so there's the top of the point, and just since I don't know if I'm actually going to forge this or not, I don't want to take the temper out. Oh boy. I just lost my shape. Note to self, when using chalk and water, my whole design just disappeared. Alright guys, let me get this figured out. And guess I've never used water to keep my metal cool before when doing this. So let me change to maybe a paint pen, and I'll get this redrawn, get this ready to go, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I think I got it figured out. Give you a little peek here. So, redrew it in chalk, then came back with a paint pen, drew it back out. So I'm hoping that that's going to stay while I keep the metal cool and get it cut out. some shape. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a relief cut up here in this belly, getting a little bit of cutting into the material that I want to leave. As deep as I am right now, it's going to grind out, but I don't want to get that any deeper. I want to still have some strength through that belly. So I'm going to cut a relief into here, so that as I get to that middle of that belly, it'll drop out. Might even have to do a couple more relief cuts. Oh, cold days, and my breath is condensating on my shield here. Alright, let me show you guys. Alright, so I went ahead and did more relief cuts. As I get to this belly, you can see it was, the blade is straight, so it cut a little bit there into the blade, a little bit there into the blade. It's not deep enough. That will grind out for when I sharpen the blade. Went ahead and did these reliefs, so as I'm coming across, we can get these to drop out, get this belly cut a little bit. We'll reposition the blade, work on the rest of the belly. And you can see this is flat through here, but when I shape on the grinder, I'll get that to flow. I just wanted to leave more meat than cutting myself short. So let's keep going. Get that out of my way so I can keep coming around, keep my angles a little more shallow. So let me show you here. So this belly, of course, where it transitions, I'd rather leave meat here. It won't be hard with another angle grinder or my belt sander to get that cleaned up. I just don't want to overeat into the metal. So should now be able to finish this, make a relief cut here up, and then get to the handle. But you can see I want a little bit of a sweeping belly. So starting to take some shape. So let's keep going. About time to change my blade. It's getting short. So guys, the reason why I'm cutting the blade thinner in the back, I can show you here in a second. So because this is a clipper blade, this blade is actually got a point on one side and a point on the other. So when this thing's clipping, it's going back and forth clipping, and they only sharpen one angle onto the blade. It gives them more durability, and it's easier to sharpen, to reuse and reuse and reuse till they get too thin and can't be put back in the machine. So I'm cutting off 3/4 of it on the back side, which is the back of the knife, to get rid of that so I don't have as much time to spend on the belt sander when I'm shaping. So that's why you see me cutting a little bit off the spine. And let's go ahead, change this blade. So you can see as they're used, it does eat away. So when it just gets to the point where it's not usable enough, put on the next one. And part of that is a lot of that, and the metal that's going away is taking the heat with it. All right. Oh. Got to remember when you do safety first, plug it back in. Alright guys, so part of the process of why I wanted to share this video was to show that you can basically make a knife without a forge, depending on your steel. Like I said, this one is going to be a little thick, you know, but for a chopper, that's great, because I think otherwise I'd want to thin that out some more. That's a lot of metal, but I want a good chopper. I want some weight. You know, this can be used around the campsite. Keep it in the Jeep. You know, just cut and brush, kind of like a machete. You know, we'll just keep some heft to it. But I just wanted to show that without the forge and stretching out metal and all that heat, you can make a usable knife if you have some metal stock that's worth using. So that was part of the reason to share this. So let's get to figuring out the handle part here. Probably have to do a bunch of reliefs cuts again and get some shape in here where I want to put a lanyard. So, and then my thought, once I get this all cleaned up and shaped up, I have the end of a rake handle, and I think that'll be my handle material. I'll cut this in half, do some mechanical, you know, do some rivets, probably pins actually, and we'll get a handle put on, get it all shaped up. But just want to reuse something, you know, broke a rake handle, but the end was still good, so figured why not, let's use it. Alright, should be good and tight. Alright guys, so there is my basic shape cut out. Now there's going to be a bunch of belt sanding, shaping, refining, but overall that's what I was looking for. So I'll probably end the video here guys, and there will be a part 2 once I get on to the next step. But just wanted to show you guys once again that can make something without having a forge, an anvil, all the hammers. You know, most people have a vise, most people have an angle grinder. Of course, not everybody. but there are ways to still make knives and not have all the extra fancy tools. So just trying to show some different alternatives. Something I could have done a little different. I could have drilled some holes with drill bits at some of these points to create a relief to grind to or to cut to. So just throwing that out there. You know, I could have done the same in the belly, drilled some holes. So as I got to them, I got some relief cuts. But overall, guys, that's going to be a heavy chopper. Maybe we'll have to put some, oh, I had the word earlier, now I don't. But grind in some basically shallow little grooves on either side. Take some of the metal out, the weight, but leave the strength. But we'll see what happens. All right, thanks for watching. See you later.